poverty be entitled to poetry, I'm sure nobody can dispute mine. I own myself with a company of beggars, and I make one of their weekly festivals at St. Giles's.
As we live by the muses, it is but gratitude in us to encourage poetical merit. Wherever we find it, be the author who he will, we will push his play as far as it will go.
I have introduced the similes that are in all your celebrated operas. Besides, I have a prison scene.
Ah, the prison scene.
Which the ladies always reckon charmingly pathetic. As to the parts, I have observed such a nice impartiality to our two ladies that I'm sure it's impossible for either of them to take offence.
But it's time for us to withdraw.
I hope, sir,
The actors are preparing to begin.
I hope I may be forgiven that I've not made my opera throughout unnatural like those in vogue, for I have no recitative.
Play away the overture.
Excepting this, that as I've consented by the it must be allowed.
all the employments of life. Each neighbor abuses his brother. Poor and rogue they call husband and wife. All professions berogue one another. The priest calls the lawyer a cheat. The lawyer beneath the divine. And the statesman, because he's so great, thinks his trade as honest as mine. Thinks his trade as honest as mine. A lawyer is an honest employment, so is mine. Like me too, he acts in a double capacity, both against rogues and for them. It is but fitting we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by them.
Sir! Black Moll hath sent word her trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
Why, she may plead her belly at worst. My knowledge is taking care of that security. But you may satisfy her, I will soften the evidence.
Tom Gagg, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! This is death without reprieve. Mr. Lockit can have Tom Gagg for £40. All I'd more know, I will save her from transportation, for I can get more by her staying in England.
Aye, she's brought more goods into our lot this year than any 5 of the gang.
Besides, what's to be wrought by the death of any woman?
Hey, Tom!
Except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. It was to her I was obliged for my education. 'Tis woman that seduces all mankind. By her we first were taught the wheeling arts. Her very eyes can cheat when most is kind. She tricks us of our money with our arts. Hey! For her like wolves by night, we roam for prey, and practice every fraud to bribe our charms. Pursuits of love like Laura won by pay, and beauty must be feed into our arms.
Make haste to Newgate, boy, and let my friends know what I intend.
On away, for it's a pleasure to be the messenger of comfort to friends in affliction.
It's high time to look about me for a decent execution against Nick Sessions. I hate a lazy rogue by whom one can get nothing till he's hanged. A register of the gang. Crook-fingered Jack. Now let's see what the stock owes to his credit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold watches and 6 silver ones. A mighty clean-handed fellow. Harry Paddington. He'll never come to the gallows with any credit. Tom Tipple, Matt of the Mint, Robin of Bagshot, Elias Gorgon, Elias Buffbob, Elias Carbuncle, Elias Bob Booty.
What of Bob Booty, husband? I hope nothing's betided in. You know, my dear, he's a favourite customer of mine.
I've set him down on a blacklist, that's all, me dear.
Oh?
He spends his life among women, and when his money is gone, one or other of the ladies will hang him for the reward, and that's £40 lost to us forever.
You know, my dear, I never meddle in matters of death. Women indeed are bitter bad judges in these cases, for they think every man handsome who is going to the camp or the gallows. If any wench Venus girdle wear, though she be never so ugly, lilies and roses will quickly appear, and her face look wondrous smugly. Beneath the left ear, so fit but a cord, a rope so charming a soul is. The youth in his cart has the air of a lord, and we cry, there dies an Adonis. But really, husband, you never had a finer, braver set of men than at present. Why, we haven't had a murder among them these 7 months.
What the dickens is the woman always whimpering about murder for? Murder is as fashionable a crime as a man can be guilty of. So be the other upon the subject, me dear. Tell me, was Captain Macheath here this morning for the banknotes you left with you last week?
Yes, my dear. Sure there isn't a finer gentleman on the road than the captain. Pray, my dear, is the captain rich?
He keeps too good company ever to grow rich.
Oh.
I live one of the chocolate houses of his undoing.
Oh, I'm sorry upon Polly's account. The captain has not more discretion.
Upon Polly's account? What a plague does a woman mean upon Polly's account?
Captain Macheath is very fond of the girl.
And what then?
If I've any skill in the ways of women, I'm sure Polly thinks him a very pretty man.
And what then? Look here, wife. I will indulge the girl as far as prudently we can in anything but marriage. After that, my dear, how shall we be safe?
But, husband...
Married? If the affair isn't already done, I will terrify her from it by the example of her neighbours. I'll go to her this moment and sift her. In the meantime, rip out the coronets and marks on those handkerchiefs, for I can dispose of them this afternoon to a chap in the city.
Oh, never was a man more out of the way in an argument than my husband. Why should our Polly, forsooth, differ from her sex and love only her husband? All men are thieves in love, and like a woman the better for being another's property. Oh, either Filch. I'm as fond of this child as though my mind misgave me were mine own. He has as fine a hand at picking a pocket as a woman. Where was your post last night, me boy?
I plied at the opera, madam. And considering it was neither dark nor rainy, made a tolerable hand of it. These 7 handkerchiefs, madam.
Coloured ones, I see.
And this snuff box.
Oh, set in gold.
I had a fair tug at a charming gold watch, but it's stuck by the way, and I was forced to make my escape under a coach. Really, madam, sometimes I fear I should be cut off in the flower of my youth.
I thought, boy, by this time you'd lost fear as well as shame. Verdirk you, my lad, and do not tell me a lie, for you know I ain't a liar. Do you know of anything that's passed between Captain Macheath and our Polly?
Oh, I beg you, madam, don't ask me, for I must either tell a lie to you or to Miss Polly, for I promised her I wouldn't tell.
Yonder comes my husband and Polly. Come, Filch, you shall go with me into my own room and tell me the old story. I will give you a glass of a most delicious cordial I keep for my own drinking. I know as well as any of the fine ladies how to make the most of myself. And of my man, too. If I've allowed Captain Macheath some trifling liberties, I have this watch and other visible marks of his favour to show for it. A girl who cannot grant some things and refuse what is most material will soon be thrown out upon the common.
Against it toying or trifling with a customer in the ways of business, or to get a secret or so. But if I find out you've played the fool and I married you, slut you, I'll cut your throat, you hussy. Now you know me mind.
Apologies of sad slumbery that we have told you. I wonder any man alive will ever rear a daughter, for she must have both ups and downs and to swell her pride, and scars and stays and glass and lace, so she will have men beside.
be so long together if ever we'd be married, baggage!
If you must be married, Ozzy, could you introduce nobody into our family but I, women?
And Macheath may hang his mother and father-in-law in hopes to get the Douglas fortune.
I did not marry him as is a fashion, coolly and deliberately, for honour or money. But I love him, worse and worse. I thought the girl had been better bred. Her husband, her folly makes me mad. Why, it swims. I'm distracted. I cannot support myself. Oh.
Do you see to what a condition you've reduced your poor mother? A glass of cordial this instant. Oh, how the poor woman takes it to heart. Ah, Hussy, this is the only comfort your mother has left.
Give her another glass, sir. My mamma drinks double the quantity whenever she is out of order. This, you see, fetches her. The girl shows such a readiness and so much concern. I can almost find it in my heart to forgive her. Oh, Polly, you might have toyed and kissed by keeping men off. You keep them on. That is what is me, and is so pleased me. What I did, you must have done.
Pacified. Don't let your passion run away with your senses.
If she'd only had an intrigue with the fellow. It's marriage, husband, makes it a blemish.
Make yourself easy. I think we can turn this match to our advantage.
Polly, so far as one woman can forgive another, I forgive you. Your father's too fond of you, I say. And all my sorrows are at an end.
But hadn't you the common views of a gentlewoman in marriage, Polly?
Don't know what you mean, sir.
Of a jointure, of being a widow.
But I love him, sir. Oh, then could I have thoughts of parting with him?
Parting with him? Why, that's the whole scheme and intention of all marriage articles.
A comfortable state of widowhood is the only hope that keeps up a wife's spirits. I beg you to explain yourself. Your duty to parents, as he obliges you to hang him. What? Murder the man I love? What would many a wife give for such an opportunity? What is a jointure? What is a widowhood to me? I know my heart. I cannot survive him. With plaintive crying, her lover dying. The turtle thus with plaintive crying laments her down. Down she drops, quite spent with sighing, and in despair the same it will happen to your poor Polly. Oh, is the fool in love in earnest, then? Why, whence you're ashamed to your very sex? But hear me, Mother. Oh, where's he? And your husband, and be dutiful. A thing husband must and shall be done. own lives are in danger. For Macheath will have absolute power over his wife's secrets and ours.
That's a point which ought to be considered. He shall be taken off. She will not know her duty. We know ours.
I will undertake to manage Pollak.
And I'll prepare matters for the Old Bailey.
Now I'm a wretch indeed. Methinks I see him already in the cart, sweeter and more lovely than the nosegay in his hand. I hear the crowd extolling his resolution and intrepidity. What volleys of sighs are sent from the windows of Holborn that so comely a youth be brought to disgrace. I see that the whole circle are in tears, even butchers weep. The hangman himself hesitates to perform his duty and would be glad to lose his fee by reprieve. What then will become of Pollak? As yet, I may inform him of their design and aid him in his escape. It shall be so. And then he flies, and I bar myself from his dear, dear conversation. That too will distract me. If he keep out of the way, my papa and mamma may in time relent, and we may be happy. If he stays, he is hanged, and then he is lost forever. He intended to lie concealed in my room till the dusk of evening. They are abroad. This instant, let him out. Lest an accident should prevent him.
When I was away, did your fancy ever stray to some new lover?
Without disguise, he besides doting eyes, might cause a heart to smile.
Pretty Polly say, when I was away, oh, pretty Polly. Oh, pretty Polly say, when I was away.
Suspect my courage, my honor, suspect anything but my love.
My heart was so free, it roved like the bee, till Polly my passion requited. My heart was so free, it roved like the bee, till Polly my passion requited. I saved each flower, I changed every art, I saved each flower, I changed every art. But here every flower is united, but here every flower is united. Is there any power, any force can tear me from you?
Sure, my dear, and were you sentenced to transportation, you could not leave me behind, could you?
Where I laid on Greenland's coast, and in my arms embraced my lass, warm amidst eternal frost, too soon the half-year's night would pass.
When I sold on Indian soil, soon as the burning day was closed, I would mock the sultry toil without my charmer's breast repose.
And I would love you all the day.
Every night would kiss and play.
If with me you'd fondly stray,
shall I speak it? I must be torn from you. We must part. My papa and mamma are set against your life. Even now they are preparing evidence against you. Your life depends upon a moment.
Must I then go?
And will not absence change your love? Oh, how I fear, how I tremble. Go. But when safety will give you leave, you will be sure to see me again. For till then, Polly is wretched.
The mile of us a shilling sees, which is obliged to pay. With sighs resigns it by degrees, and feels 'tis lost forever.
To make use of. Where shall we find such another set of practical philosophers who to a man are above the fear of death?
So men and true. Who is there that would die for his friend? Who is there that would betray him for his own interest?
Show me a gang of courtiers that can say as much.
Our several stations for the day are fixed.
Good luck attend us all.
Fill the glasses!
Fill them big glass for wine and spiders and fires and fires. With a cause, with courage low. And why should life and wine? Is there aught else on earth desires on? Fill every glass for
Gentlemen, well met. Oh, no ceremony, I beg you. My heart has been with you this hour, but an unexpected affair has detained me.
We were just breaking up to go upon duty. Am I to have the honor of taking the air with you, sir, this evening upon the eve?
I was to have been of that party, but...
But what, sir?
Is there any man suspects my courage?
We have all been witnesses of it.
My honor and truth to the gang?
I'll be answerable for that.
By this question, something seems to have troubled you.
Are any of us suspected?
I have a fixed confidence, gentlemen, in you all. Peachum is a man that is useful to us.
Is he about to play us any foul play? I'll shoot him through the air!
If you gentlemen act with discretion, a pistol is your last resort. He's a man who knows the world and is a necessary agent to us.
He knows nothing of this meeting.
We have had a slight difference, and until it is accommodated, I am obliged to keep out of his way. Now, make him believe I have quitted the gang, which I can never do but with life. Out of private quarters, I shall continue to meet you.
Your instructions shall be observed.
It's now high time for us to repair to our several duties.
We bid you farewell.
Success attend you. I shall wish myself with you. What a fool is a fond wench. Folly is most confoundedly bit. I love the sex. And a man who loves money might as well be content with 1 guinea as I with 1 woman.
If the heart of a man is depressed with cares, the mist is dispelled when a woman appears. Like the notes of a fiddle, she sweetly, sweetly raises the spirits and charms our ears. Roses and lilies her cheeks disclose, but her ripe lips are more sweet than those. Press a caress with bliss is her kisses, dissolve us in pleasure and soft repose.
I must have women. There's nothing unbends the mind like them. Draw! Draw!
Kaiser coming. Mrs. Coates.
Ah! You are welcome. You look charmingly today. I hope you do not want the repairs of quality and lay on paint.
Miss Dolly Trowell.
Dolly! Kiss me, you slut! You're still as amorous as ever, hussy. Dolly, thou wilt ever be a coquette.
Mrs. Dickerson.
I am yours. I always loved a woman of wit and spirit. They make charming mistresses, but plaguey wives.
Betty Docks.
Come here, hussy. You still drink as hard as ever? You had better stick to good wholesome beer, for in troth, Betty, strong waters will in time ruin your constitution. What and my pretty Jenny Diver, too. As prim and demure as ever. Oh, you're a dear, artful hypocrite. Careless and genteel as ever. All you ladies who know your own beauty affect an undress.
Mrs. Silky Tawdry.
Come to contradict what I was saying. Everything she gets one way, she lays out upon her back.
Molly Brazen!
Molly! Oh, I love a free-hearted wench. And you're as willing as a turtle. But hark, I hear music. The Harper is at the door. Here you seat yourselves, ladies. What think you of a dance? Hey, that French tune Mrs. Slammican was so fond of.
Youth's the season made for joys, love is then our beauty. She alone who that employs, well deserves her beauty. Let's be gay while we may, beauty's a bloody spice in decay. Not tomorrow. With age fly swift away. Age is not but sorrow. Dance and sing, vines on the wing. Life never sees a return of
some wine. If any of the ladies choose gin, I hope they'll feel so free as to ask for it.
You look as if you meant me. Wine's strong enough for me. Indeed, sir, I never drink strong waters but when I have the colic.
Just the excuse of the fine ladies. No woman of quality is ever without the colic. Ah, Mistress Coaxer, I hope you've had good success of late in your visits among the Mercers.
Oh, we have so many interlopers.
Oh.
Yet, with industry, one may still have a little picking. I carried a silver-flowered lute string and a piece of black taffeta to Mr. Peachum's lot but last week.
Brazen as the ogre of a rattlesnake. She riveted a linen draper's eye so fast upon her, he was nicked to 2 pieces of cambric before he could look at her.
Oh, dear madam, but sure nothing can come up to your handling of license. And then you do have such a sweet deluding tongue. To cheat a man is nothing, but a woman must have 5 parts indeed who cheats a woman. If any woman hath more art than another, to be sure it's Jenny Diver. Though a fella be never so agreeable, she can pick his pockets as coolly as if money was her only pleasure. Now that is a command of passions uncommon in a woman. I never go to the tavern with a man but in the view of business. I have other hours and other sort of men for my pleasure. But I know you're just...
Done with your compliments, ladies, and drink about it. You're not so fond of me, Jenny, as you used to be.
It's not so convenient, sir, for me to show my fondness among so many rivals. It's your own choice, and not the warmth of my inclinations that will determine you. Before the bundle crowing, the cock by ends attended, his eyes around him throwing, stands for a while suspended, then one he singles from the crew, and cheers the happy end. And how'd you do, and how'd you do, and how'd you do again? And how'd you do, 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 and how'd you do again? With a how'd you do again?
Oh, Jenny, you're a dear slut.
Pray, madam, were you ever in keeping?
I hope, madam, I've not been so long upon the town, but I've met with some good fortune.
Oh, pardon me, madam. I meant no harm by the question. only in way of conversation.
Who do you look upon, madam, as your best sort of keepers?
That madam is thereafter as may be. Now, for my part, I own I like an old fellow who always make you pay for what they can't do. But to be sure, sir, with so much good fortune as you have had upon the road, you must be grown immensely rich.
Oh, the gaming tables have been my ruin.
Gangsters and lawyers and jugglers alike, if they ne'er knew your all is in danger. The gangsters and lawyers and jugglers alike, if they ne'er knew your all is in danger. Like gypsies, if once they can finger a souse, your pockets they pick and they pilfer your house. And to give your estate to a stranger.
A man of courage should never put anything to the risk but his life. These are the tones of a man of honour. Cards and dice are only fit for cowardly chumps who prey upon their friends.
Oh, wanton hussies!
This there is bit of your hand. Besides your loss of money, it is a loss to the lady.
Oh.
How fond I could be of you. But before company, it is ill bred.
I must and will have a feast of him, my rider says.
I seize you, sir, as my prisoner.
Was this well done, Jenny? Women are decoy ducks. Who could trust them? Beasts, jades, jilts, harpies, furies, whores!
Your case, Mr. Macheath, is not particular. The greatest heroes have been ruined by women. But to do them justice, I must own they are a pretty sort of creature, if we could trust them. You must now, sir, take your leave of the ladies. And if they have a mind to make you a visit, they will be sure to find you at home. The gentlemen, ladies, lodges at Newgate. Constables, wait upon the captain to his lodging.
See, I shall suffer with pleasure. See, I shall suffer with pleasure. Let me go where I will in all kinds of ill. I shall find no such fools as these are. Find no such fools as these
Noble Captain, you're welcome. You've not been a lodger of mine this year and a half. Hand me down those feathers there.
Those, Mr. Lockit, seem to be the heaviest of the whole set. By your leave, I should like the farther pair better.
You know the custom, Captain. Garnish, Captain, garnish. Hand them down, I say. We have them at all prices from 1 guinea to 10. And it's fitting that every gentleman should please himself.
I understand you, sir. The fees here are so many and so exorbitant that few fortunes can bear the expense of dying like a gentleman.
And down the further pair. Those I see'll fit the captain better. See how genteelly they're made. If I had the noblest gentleman in the land in my custody, I couldn't equip him more handsomely. And so, sir, I now leave you to your private meditations.
What a woeful plight have I brought myself. Here must I stay confined to hear the reproaches of Lucy Lockit, who lays a ruin at my door. I'm in custody of her father, and to be sure if he knows of the matter, I shall have a fine time of it until I be hanged. Oh, but here she comes, and I cannot get from her. Would I were deaf.
You base man, you! How can you look me in the face after what has passed between us? See here, perfidious wretch, how I'm forced to bear about this load of infamy you've laid upon me. Oh, Macheath,
To see you tortured would give me great pleasure. Thus when a good housewife sees a rat in her trap in the morning taken, thus when a good housewife sees a rat in her trap in the morning taken, with pleasure her heart goes pit-to-pat in revenge for her loss of bacon. Then she throws him to the dog or cat to be worried, crushed and shaken, and shaken, and shaken.
Have you no bowels, no tenderness, my dear Lucy, to see a husband in these circumstances?
An husband.
In every respect but the form, my dear. From a man of honour, his word is as good as his bond.
It is the pleasure of all you fine men to insult the women you have ruined.
At the very first opportunity, my dear Lucy, you shall be my wife in whatever manner you please.
Insinuating monster. And so you think I know nothing of the affair of Miss Polly Peachum. I could tear your eyes out.
Sure, Lucy, you cannot be such a fool as to be jealous of Polly.
Are you not married to her, you brute you?
Married? Very good. She sets it about only to vex you and to ruin me in your good opinion.
Come, Captain. For all your assurances, you know that Miss Polly has put it out of your power to do me the justice you promised me.
I am ready, my dear Lucy, to give you satisfaction if you think there is any in marriage. What can a man of honour say more?
So then, you're not married to Miss Polly?
You know, Lucy, the girl is prodigiously conceited. No man can say a civil thing to her, but her vanity makes her believe he's her own forever and ever.
The first time at the looking glass, the mother sets her daughter. The image strikes the smiling lass with self-love ever after. The more she looks, she fonder grown, thinks every charm grows stronger. But alas, vain maid, all eyes but your own can see you are not younger. Can see you are not younger.
No, my dear Lucy, I'd rather die than be false to you.
Oh, happy I am if you say this from your heart. For I love you so that I could sooner bear to see you hanged than in the arms of another.
But could you bear to see me hanged? Make me, if possible, love you more. Let me owe my life to you.
My father, I know, has been drinking with the prison women. If I can procure the keys, shall I go off with you, my dear?
If we are together, it'll be impossible to lie concealed. As soon as the search becomes a little cool, I shall send for you. Until then, my heart is your prison.
Whence came you, Azzy?
My tears might answer that question.
You've then been whimpering and fondling like a spaniel over the fellow that had abused you.
One can't help love. One can't cure it. It's not in my power to obey you and hate him.
Like a good wife, go and moan over your dying husband. That chance your duty. Consider, girl, you can't have the man and the money too, so make yourself easy by getting all you can from him.
Is then his fate decreed, sir? Is then his fate decreed, sir? Such a man can I think of quitting? When first we met, sun moves me yet. Oh, see how my heart is splitting. Is then his fate decreed, sir?
Many days ensue.
Is then his fate decreed, sir?
This sentence not severe.
Is then his fate decreed, sir?
I hang your husband, child, 'tis true, but with him hang your care. When dance in blue, when dance in blue.
but if I could raise a small sum, would 20 guineas think you move him?
What love or money can do shall be done, for all my comfort depends upon your safety.
Oh.
Where is my dear husband? Where is my dear Was a robe ever intended for this neck? Oh, let me throw my arms about it and throttle you with love. It's your Polly, your wife.
Was there ever such an unfortunate wretch as I am?
Was there ever such another villain?
The wench is distracted.
Am I not your wife? Look on me, tell me, am I not your wife? Perfidious wretch, barbarous husband. Had you been hanged 5 months ago, I'd been happy. And I too. Are you then married to
Oh, if
another?
women's tongues could cease for an answer here.
I will not. Shall I not claim my own? Justice bid me speak. Have you then 2 wives, monster?
How happy could I be with either, whatever dear charmer away? But why you tease me together to neither, or what will I say? And tolly roll, roll, little ready, and tolly roll, roll, little ray. But why you tease me together to neither, or what will I say? To neither, or what will I say?
I am troubled. I mustn't admit to distresses are doubled. When you come to the tree, should the hangman refuse? His fingers with pleasure could fasten the noose.
But tolly, rolly, 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 but tolly, rolly, 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 tolly, rolly, rolly, rolly. How happy could I be? But why you see me together, say, but why you see me together, my dear Lucy, this is all a fetch of Polly's to make me desperate with you in case I get off. And really, Polly, this is no time for a dispute of this sort. For while you're talking of marriage, I'm thinking of hanging.
And have you the heart to persist in disowning me?
And have you the heart to persist in persuading me that I am married?
Really, Miss Peachum, you but expose yourself. Besides, it's barbarous in you to worry a gentleman in his circumstances. Cease your fanning, force or cunning, never shall my heart trepent. All these sallies are but malice to seduce my constant man. 'Tis no certain by their flirting women of heaven show, pleased to ruin others' wooing, never happy in their own. 'Tis no certain by their flirting women of pleased to ruin others' wooing, never happy in their Decency, madam! Methinks might teach you to behave with some reserve with the husband while the wife is present.
Oh, but seriously, Polly, this is carrying the joke a little too far.
If you are determined, madam, to raise a disturbance in the prison, madam, I shall be obliged to send for the turnkey to show you the door. I'm sorry, madam, you force me to be so ill-bred. Give me leave to tell you, madam, these forward airs do not become you in the least, madam. And my duty, madam, obliges me to stay with my husband, madam. Come, madam, flirt, if you thus must chatter, and off a flinging dart, and off a flinging dart, this time who best can skirt, madam, flirt. I know no saucy Jane,
Hussy, come your home, you flatcher. You're my prisoner now, Hussy!
Dear father, don't tear me from him. Twist your fetters about me. You need not hold me from you.
Away, not a word more.
You must have been aiding and abetting him to open to this escape.
Sir, Peachum and his daughter Polly have been here. And to be sure, they know the ways of Newgate as if they'd been born and bred in the place all their lives. Why must all your suspicion light on me?
Did he tip handsomely? How much did he come down with? Come, Hussy, don't cheat your father and I shan't be angry with you. Perhaps you made a better bargain with him than I could have done, eh? How much, my good girl?
You know, sir, I'm fond of him and would have given money to have kept him with me.
Ah, Lucy, your education might have kept you more upon your guard, for a girl in the bar of an alehouse is always besieged.
Dear sir, mention not my education, for it was to that I owe my ruin. When young at the bar you first taught me to score, and bid me be free of my lips and no more. When young at the bar you first taught me to score, and bid me be free of my lips and no more. I was kissed by the parson, the squire, and the sot. When the guest was departed, the kiss was forgot. But his kiss was so sweet and so closely pressed that I languished and pined till I granted the rest. I was kissed by the parson, the squire, and the sot. When the guest sweet and so closely pressed that I languished and pined till I granted the rest. If you can forgive me, sir, I will make a fair confession, for to be sure he has been a most barbarous villain to me.
So you have let him escape, has he, have you?
Notwithstanding all he swore, I'm now fully convinced that Polly Peachum is actually his wife. Did I let him escape? Fool that I was. To go to her? Polly will wiggle herself into his money, and then Peachum will hang him and cheat us both.
So I'm to be ruined because you must be in love. Ah, Lucy, you were always a vulgar slut.
But, sir...
Out of my sight, wanton strumpet! Go! Peachum, then, intends to outwit me in this affair, but I'll be even with him. You there! Are there any of Peachum's people down the house?
Filch, sir, is in the next cell with Black Moll.
Bid him come to me, then. Now, Peachum, you and I are to have a fair trial. Which of us two can overreach the other? Why, boy, you look as if you were half-starved like a shot herring.
One had needs of the constitution of an horse to go through this business.
Huh?
Since the favourite child-getter was disabled by a mishap, I have picked up a little money by helping the ladies to a pregnancy, lest they be called down for sentence. But if a man cannot get an honest livelihood any easier way, well...
Very well. Lions, wolves, and vultures don't live together. Of all the animals of prey, man's the only sociable one. Every one of you preys on his neighbour, and that Macheath shan't remain a day longer out of my clutches.
Us gamesters united in friendship are found, though they know that their industry all's a cheat. They flock to their prey at the nice box's sound, and join to promote one another's deceit. But if by mishap they fail of a chap to keep in their hands each other and trap, like pikes rank with hunger who miss of their heads, they bite their companions and prey on their friends.
The chair! The chair!
Look, Mr. Jenny, no, Mr. Peachum, they have made a private bargain with you and Soapy Tawdry to betray the captain. Because we were all assisting. Your daughter's dead alive.
I think Mr. Peachum, after so long an acquaintance, might have trusted me as well as Jenny Diver.
I'm sure at least 3 men of his hanging could be set down to my account.
Mrs. Flemington, that's not fair. For you know one of them was taken in bed with me. As far as a bowl of punch or a treat, I believe Mrs. Soapy will join me. As for anything else, ladies, you cannot in all conscience expect to... Oh, I agree. Back it down the back.
Slippery sand. Slippery sand.
Macheath!
I'm always glad when my friends are in difficulties that my fortune can be of some service to them. You see, I am no mere court friend who professes everything and does nothing.
Penny for a song, sir.
Bones of the court so common are grown that a true friend can hardly be met. Friendship or interest is but a loan which they let out for what they can get. some friends so kind who'll give you good counsel themselves to defend. It's sorrowful ditty, they promise, they pity, but shift you for money from friend to friend. It's true, you'll find some friends so kind who'll give you good counsel themselves to defend. It's sorrowful ditty, they promise, they pity, and shift you for money from friend to friend.
Lockit?
Yeah?
Mr. Peachum?
Yes. The coronation account, Brother Peachum, is of so intricate a nature that I believe it'll never be settled. It consists of a great variety of articles.
Those ladies' tale...
This is part of the account, brother, that lies open before us.
A lady's tale of rich brocade. That as he's disposed of.
To Mrs. Diana Trapes.
But I can't see any article of the jewels.
But, brother, it's impossible for us now to enter upon this affair. We should have the whole day before us. Besides, the account of the last half year's plate isn't a book by itself.
Well?
Which lies at the other office. Tomorrow shall be for business. Today for pleasure.
Ah, brother. Those daughters of ours are too slippery asses. Keep a watchful eye on Polly. And Macheath in a day or two will be our own again.
What guardians are we men? Every woman's easy prey. For we have felt the hook again. We bite and they betray. We bite and they betray. The bird that hath been trapped, when he hears his calling, hears his name, o'er he flies again, he's clapped again, he's clapped in the wiry grave, the wiry grave, the wiry grave.
But what signifies the catching of the bird if your daughter Lucy sets open the cage?
Sir, it's Mrs. Diana Trapes. Wants to speak with you.
Shall we admit her, Brother Lockit?
By all means, she's a good customer and a fine-spoken woman. And a woman who drinks and talks so freely will enliven the conversation.
Dear Mrs. Di, your servant. One may know by your kiss that your gin is excellent.
I was always very curious in me liquors.
There's no perfume breath like it.
Fill it up. I take as large draughts of liquor as I did of love. I hate a flincher in either. In the days of my youth, I could be like a dove. Fa-la-la, fa-la-la, fa-la-la. In the days of my youth, I could be like a dove, like a sparrow at all times is ready for mortals in kissing should pass. Fa-la-la,
Fa-la-la, fa-la-la.
The life of all mortals in kissing should pass. Live to live while you're young, then the live to the glass.
Now, Mr. Peachum, for business. If you have blanks of any kind brought in of late, mantles, velvet scarves, petticoats, let it be what it will, I am your chap. For all my ladies are very fond of mourning.
Look here, Mrs. Dye. You deal so hard with us that we can afford to give the gentlemen who risk their lives for the goods little or nothing.
The hard times oblige me to go very near in my dealing. To be sure, nowadays most ladies take a delight in cheating when they can do so with safety. No doubt you know Mrs. Coaxer?
Oh, yes.
Now, there is a wench now, till tonight, with a good suit of clothes of mine upon her back, and I might never set eyes upon her for 3 months together. And yet, those hussies make nothing of bilking me. Oh, then to allowing for accidents, what with fees and other expenses, there are great goings out and no comings in, and not a farthing to pay for at least a month's clothing. We run great risks indeed.
As I remember, you said something just now of Mrs. Coaxer.
Yes, sir, to be sure. I stripped her of a suit of my own clothes about 2 hours ago, and have left her as she should be, in her ship. With the captain at my house. She called him upstairs as he was going to Marylebone in a Netley coach.
What, Captain?
An intimate acquaintance of yours, Mr. Peachum. Only Captain Macheath, as fine as a lord.
Tomorrow, dear Mrs. Dye, you shall set your own price upon any of the goods you like. But are you sure it is Captain Macheath?
Though he thinks I forgot him, nobody knows him better. I've taken a great deal of the captain's money in my time. At second hand.
Mr. Lockit and I have a little business with the captain. You understand me. And we shall satisfy you for Mrs. Coaxer's debt.
Depend upon it, we'll deal like men of honour. I do not inquire after your affairs, so whatever happens, I wash me hands of it. It has always been my maxim that one friend should assist another. But, if you will please, I will take one of the scarves home with me. 'Tis always good to have something in hand.
In the days of my youth, I could feel like a dove. Fa-la-la, fa-la-la, la-la-la-la-la. In the days of my youth, I could feel like a dove. Like a sparrow at all times is ready for love.
You see?
Jealousy, rage, love, and fear are at once tearing me to pieces. Oh, I am weather-beaten and shattered with distresses. I'm like a skiff on the ocean tossed, no high, no low, with each bill aboard, with a rudder broken, our anchor lost, deserted and all forlorn. I'm like a skiff on the ocean tossed, no high, no low, with each bill aboard, with a rudder broken, our anchor lost, deserted and all forlorn. While thus I lie rolling and tossing all night, that Polly lies sporting on seas of delight. Revenge, 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 revenge! Penelope is my restless bride. I have the rat's bane ready. I run no risk, for I can lay her death upon the gin, and so many die that naturally that I shall never be called in question. But
say I were to be hanged, I never could be hanged for anything that would give me greater comfort than the poisoning of that slut.
Madam, here's our Miss Polly come to visit you.
Ah, show her in. Dear madam, your servant. I hope you will pardon my passion when I was so happy to see you last, but I was so overrun with the spleen that I was perfectly out of myself. And really, when one has a spleen, everything is to be excused by a friend. I have no excuse for my own behaviour, madam, but my misfortunes. And really, madam, I suffer too upon your account. But Miss Polly, in the way of friendship, will you give me leave to propose a glass of cordial to you? Strong waters are apt to give me the headache. I hope, madam, you will excuse me. I shouldn't have left you in the rude manner I did when last we met, madam. Had not my papa hauled me away so unexpectedly. But really, madam, Captain Macheath treated me with so much cruelty and contempt that I deserved your pity rather than your resentment. But since his escape, no doubt all matters are made up again. Oh, Polly, it is I am the unhappy wife, and he loves you as if you were only his mistress. A man will always be afraid of a woman who loves him too well, so that I must expect to be neglected and avoided. Then our cases, my dear Polly, are exactly alike. Both of us indeed have been too fond. Accursed in the woman's love, who always would be pleasing, the perfectness of the being dove, thy tinkling is but teasing. What then in love can woman do? If we grow fond, they shun us, and when we fly them they pursue, but leave us when they've won us. Then in love can woman do? If take with them they shun, and when we fly them they pursue, but leave us when they've won us. I feel, my dear Lucy, our husband is one of those. But away with these melancholy reflections. Indeed, my dear Polly, we are both of us a cup too low. Let me prevail upon you to accept of my offer. I shall soon be even with that hypocritical strumpet. All this wheedling of Lucy's cannot be for nothing. By pouring strong waters down my throat, she seeks to pump some secrets out of me. I'll not touch a drop of her liquor. I'm resolved. Come, sweet lass, let's banish sorrow till tomorrow. Come, sweet lass, let's take a champagne glass. Wine can clear the vapors of despair and make us light as air, then drink and banish care. Wine can clear the vapors of despair and make us light as air, then drink and banish care. Come, Miss Polly. Come now, you must indeed excuse me. My vow, Polly, I shall take it monstrously ill if you refuse me. I protest, madam, you close against me. What do I see? Macheath again in custody?
Set your out at rest, Captain. You've neither the chance of love nor money for another escape.
Oh.
Away, Hutties, this is not a time for a man to be hampered by his wives. We're ready, sir, to conduct you to the Old Bailey.
The charges prepare, the lawyers are met, the judges array, a terrible show. He goes undismayed, for death is a death, a death on demand, so take what he knows, then farewell. Contented he dies, here ends our dispute, the rest of our lives, of this we at once make peace with wife, then farewell.
I suffer this disgrace. Time of grief, when threatening death looks grimmer, not one so sure can bring relief as this best friend of Grimmer. Since I must swing, I scorn to win so wine. But now again my spirits sing. I'll raise them high with wine. But valor the stronger grows, the stronger the liquor we're drinking. And how can we feel our woes when we've lost the trouble of thinking? If thus a man die, much bolder with brandy, so I drink of this bumper, and now I can stand the test. And my comrade shall see that I die as brave as the best. But can I leave my pretty horses without one tear or tender sigh? Their eyes, their lips, their bosses recall my love. Must I die? Must I die? Must I die? Since laws were made for every degree to curb vice in others as well as me, I wonder we had better company upon Tyburn Tree. But gold from law can take out the sting, and if rich men like us were to swing, 'twould thin the land such numbers to string upon Tyburn Tree. But gold from law can take out the sting, and if rich men like us were to swing, 'twould thin the land such numbers to string upon Tyburn Tree.
Friends of yours, Captain, desire to be admitted. I'll leave you together.
My dear Lucy, my dear Polly, whatsoever has passed between us is now at an end. You're still fond of marrying. The best advice I can give you is to ship yourselves off to the West Indies, where you stand a fair chance of winning a husband apiece. Or by good luck, 2 or 3, as you like best.
How can I support this sight? There's nothing moves one so much much as a great man in distress. I might be hanged, and I would so to be hanged with you, my dear, with you. What I fear I doubt, but when I do see my courage is out. See my courage is out. Adieu, farewell. Token of love, adieu, farewell. At back I hear the sound of the bell. That bell. Adieu,
More, Captain, with a child apiece. See, here they come.
What? 4 wives more? This is too much. Tell the sheriff's officers I'm ready.
No. You don't intend that Macheath shall really be executed?
Oh, most certainly, sir. To make the peace perfect, I was for doing strict poetical justice. Macheath is to be hanged.
I then felt this is downright deep tragedy.
But justice must be done,
The
sir.
catastrophe's manifestly wrong. An opera must end happy.
Oh, no, Your objection, madam, is very easily removed. In this kind of drama, it's no matter how absurdly things are brought about. So at tonight's performance, we'll have the rabble run and cry a reprieve.
To comply with the taste of the town.
Then let the prisoner be brought back to his wives in triumph. If it remains as I first intended, it would have carried a most excellent moral.
It's his patch and goes on.
And the big bird beauties of you, he might